Time for a little bit of progressive rock. What do you think?
I love progressive rock.
It's progressive.
It is very progressive.
Well, in the 80s, I mean, of course, I was always into Yes and Crimson, of course, in a huge way, and Genesis, a lot of their stuff, a lot of their older stuff.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, Marillion came around for a little while. Remember Marillion?
I do. I never really got into them. I remember you and your brother and everyone were really into Marillion. Isn't that like the lead singer named Fish or something?
Fish. Yeah.
Fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember listening to one or two songs back then, and it just wasn't my jam at that time.
Yeah.
And so I never listened to them again. So I really know nothing about Marillion.
Good setup. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, because they had a few. This is from the album Clutching at Straws. I think it was from '87.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Kaylee and again, stuff that I like. Not incredibly powerful to me, but so catchy, and just something about them struck me. Again, the obviously we're trained from the classic progressive, but it's a different stage. It's a very heavy Genesis influence. But I think in a lot of ways it's more contemporary, and the instrumentation like them is great. It's got a little bit of an edge to it, especially this song. So knowing that, I wanted to play you Incommunicado, which was from that album, the A side from that album. And it's a real rocker. So I wanted to run this by you again and see what you think, because I think you're going to like this one especially, but them a little bit more after hearing this.
Yeah, it's been many, many years since I've heard any Marillion, so I don't even know what to expect.
Well, our viewers are definitely going to like this one if you haven't heard Marillion. Even if you have, this one's a great one. I really like this song. Pay close attention to, obviously, Fish's vocals are great, and Mark Kelly is the keyboardist. Pay attention to that. You can't really help but pay attention to it. Steve Rodby, the guitarist, and the great bass playing. Listen for that bass, and so check it out. See what you think.
All right.
We'll check out Marillion with Incommunicado live. All right. Let's see what you think of Incommunicado Mach 2.
All right. Bless you. Here we go.
Thank you.
Yes, wir spielen ein Lied. Dieser Lied ist für all the drinkers in the audience. Dieser heißt Incommunicado.
If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Very Yes-like build-up.
can tied to the bumper of a wedding limousine. I'm currently residing in the wedding alpha. A toupee on the Calvary scene. I wanna do adverts for American Express ads. Talk shows on primetime TV. I'm here in France, my own cocktail bar. And that's where you're gonna find me. Incommunicado. Come on. Louder. Incommunicado. Take it away. Yeah. Come on. Sometimes it seems like I've been here before. When I hear opportunity kicking in my door, call it synchronicity, call it deja vu. I just put my faith in destiny. It's the way that I choose. Incommunicado. Come on. Incommunicado. Incommunicado. It's the only way. Incommunicado. 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 It's the only way. Hate to say goodbye. We hate to say goodbye. Good night. Goodbye. Cheers. Cheers. Bye.
Well, you definitely know what the song's called.
I definitely heard Genesis in there. I heard Yes in there. I actually even heard a little Styx, maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
A little bit. Yellow, keyboard bands.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just it's quite a punch in the song. I just think I find it a real anthemic. Kind of has a real nice drive to it.
Yeah.
There's a decent amount of guitar in there. It's
Mhm.
definitely a keyboard based group, and that's
Yeah.
why neither one of us loved it. But
Yeah.
something to be said about that song, especially when you're thinking about Incommunicado, and that was really before cell phones were a everybody has one in their pocket situation.
Right.
But a real powerful voice. Listen to the album version and see, what you think of that mix.
Yeah.
But live they got it pretty accurate. It's a sound you have to capture.
No, they obviously they're obviously great musicians. They're very tight. They sound good together. They definitely have that progressive sort of sound, but also it's a progressive sort of sound that there's different types of progressive. I like more guitar oriented progressive. This is a little too keyboardy for me. It's not something it wouldn't make it to my playlist, to be honest. But I do recognize how good it is. Just not quite my bag.
I'm with you. That was where progressive, where we stayed. Crimson is heavily guitar based.
Yeah.
And Yes had that balance. I like that. The stuff where it was, and I'm a big Trevor Rabin fan, so it was a more guitar centric thing. So yes, Genesis and these guys were not on our immediate radar because it was a little bit 3/4 keyboard, quarter guitar, where we rather the opposite.
Exactly.
And
Right.
and the sound, whether it's a little too polished, we want a little more raw, a little guitar.
Yeah.
But this one was the one that if you're gonna, and it's just a slice of the pie from that time, and they've never left my mind. So it wasn't something that I could just sort of put in the archives. It's just something that's still a piece of it is still there for me. So yeah, let's revisit it and see. I got this pretty much reaction I thought I would.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would have to say that my memory of what they are or what they were when I listened to them way back when, and what I just saw today, fairly close. It's a little more favorable today. Like, I
That's
think
what I figured.
I appreciate it a little more now than I did back then.
Right.
But it still doesn't quite make my inner circle of awesomeness. It just falls just outside of that. So
No surprises. No
yeah.
surprises there. And this, I had a lot of picks for today before that, but I shot them above the other ones to just get it out in the universe that they again had that piece of the pie. They were big for a while. We're into progressive. We're into rock.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there, and I'm sure a lot of people will like it. A lot of the viewers will like it.
Are they still around? Do they still do stuff? I don't
No,
know.
I don't believe so. I know,
Okay.
The Fish had left. I don't remember if there was a rift or not, but
Didn't he start that band Fish?
That's PH. Not Scottish. It was a PH. Different music. They sucked.
I know.
No, you didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh no, you
They
didn't.
suck. I kid. The kids.
I'm gonna have to find some a Fish song that you'll actually like.
Oh God, don't get that army on me. I already got the bandmate army and oh Jesus. So one thing at a time. All right.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly worthy of looking into. And if you're into that keyboard sound, this is it. I mean, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Not totally my bag, but I appreciate it.
Oh, you're an idiot. Well, all right, man. So we'll get there, but that's definitely something that I thought should be out there, and a lot of people really dig Marillion.
Yeah.
So hey,
cool.
All right. Well, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Join La Familia. Got to write that down. Hit the like and please hit the bell so you get notified of our new videos, and keep on this roller coaster of awesomeness with us.
And keep on rocking.